Good morning, Birmingham Unitarian Church. Good morning. Welcome to all, whether you're visiting us for the first time or have been here many times before. Whether you're watching us on Zoom or with us here in the sanctuary or watching remotely later, it's good to connect with you. Children and youth are invited to participate in our summer religious education activities during the service starting now. If your child would like to join and you're unsure where today's program is meeting, please check with an usher. Parents and guardians are asked to accompany children to the program location before returning to service. And care is also available in our nursery on the lower level for infants and children through age 5. By greeting our virtual neighbors, we build a bridge between online and in-person participants. First, we'll project on our screen the image of folks who are currently with us on Zoom. And if you're comfortable doing so, please turn on your camera and give us a wave. Now, we who are gathered here in the sanctuary are invited to turn and face the camera in the back and give the folks on Zoom a wave. Coffee and conversation will follow the service in Hodis Hall, which is located to the left after you exit the sanctuary. Our newcomer table is a place where visitors and newcomers can meet and chat with each other and members of the congregation, and all are encouraged to drop by that table. Just look for the colorful sign. And there'll also be an opportunity for virtual coffee hour on Zoom immediately after service ends. Whenever, however, and wherever we connect with BUC, we are building this beloved community.
This morning we join with other Unitarian Universalists around the world as we light our chalice. These words this morning are by Christine Robinson. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope as a sign of our quest for truth and meaning in celebration of the life we share together. Now, please rise as you are willing and able to sing number 6 in the gray hymnal, Just as Long as I Have Breath.
Answer yes to life. morning, everyone. Unitarian Universalism teaches that we are connected in mind and spirit, but often we forget about our own physical bodies. We habitually move through our world holding on to physical tensions, especially in our jaws, our throats, and our chests. To center ourselves this morning, we are going to practice an embodied listening exercise called the whispered ah. This is a practice of undoing, of letting go, so we can be fully present to ourselves and to one another. The whispered ah helps us release tension in the jaw and the neck and resets our natural breathing cycle and invites a quiet, physical spaciousness. It teaches us that before we can truly listen to others or to the world around us, we must first learn to let go of our inner noise. I would like to start this morning's service with some grounding words from John O'Donohue: to bless the space between. May the touch of your skin register the beauty of the otherness that surrounds you. May your listening be attuned to the deeper silence where sound is honed to bring distance home. May the fragrance of a breathing meadow refresh your heart and remind you, you are a child of the earth. And when you partake of food and drink, may your taste quicken to the gift and sweetness that flows from the earth. May your inner eye see through the surfaces and glean the real presence of everything that meets you. May your soul beautify the desire of your eyes, that you might glimpse the infinity that hides in the simple sights that seem worn to your usual eyes.
The mission of Birmingham Unitarian Church includes action toward positive change in the world. One way we live into our mission is by giving half of our weekly offering to a nonprofit organization that shares our values and addresses needs in the community. To suggest a nonprofit for this donation, please check the BUC website under Justice to find the application form. Our shared offering recipient from July 19th through August 9th is the Detroit Justice Center. Please welcome Regina Sharma from the Detroit Justice Center for a brief introduction, followed by a short video.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Regina Sharma. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Development Director for the Detroit Justice Center. It's a pleasure to be here in community with you all today. Thank you so much for inviting us to be part of your worship service and for your generosity in supporting our organization. So just to share a little bit about what we do, the Detroit Justice Center is a Black woman-led, racial justice-centered community law firm. And we are guided by the belief that we cannot build a truly just city and a just Detroit without addressing issues of mass incarceration. And we do that through a three-pronged approach we call defense, offense, and dreaming. The defensive prong of our work is addressing fees, fines, warrants, things that are keeping predominantly Black and brown Detroiters shut out of the economy. We also focus on large-scale initiatives, lawsuits. We recently won a victory in partnership with the state of Michigan and the ACLU in fighting to assure that an ICE detention center was not built in our community. And then we go on, oh, thank you. And the second prong of our work is our offensive work, and that is our economic equity practice. And that is where we are shoring up all of the incredible freedom dreams that Detroiters have been coming up with for decades. Things like worker-owned cooperatives and community land trusts to help address the impact of gentrification in our communities. And our final prong is our dreaming prong, and that is where we are piloting solutions that we see that can be replicated across the country, because we know it's not enough to just talk about what we're tearing down, prisons and policing, but it's just as important to talk about what we're building up. And we're building up a Just Detroit with alternative solutions to incarceration, looking at things like divest, invest work, divesting from current systems of incarceration and reinvesting funds back into the community with things like mental health services. We also have a Metro Detroit Restorative Justice Network, which is a network of practitioners who offer restorative justice as an alternative to addressing harm through the carceral system. So I invite you all into this dreaming space with us. We're going to share a short video on our work, and then I'll also be at a table in your welcome center after if you have any questions or would like to engage further with our work. Thank you so much again.
A focus on making Detroit a more just city, but doing that in a way that recognizes the legacy and impact of mass incarceration.
And it's the thought of really investing more into the community. Of course, the things that are needed, the things that are a priority for the community.
Because the movement defines what is the most critical. The community defines what is getting in the way of their freedom dreams and what is fundamentally important to their liberty.
We really just want to expand the knowledge of what legal empowerment really can be, what it looks like, how to tap into it for everyone.
At the heartbeat of DJC, we are fighting for this abolitionist future. A liberated future where everyone has their needs met, where everyone can be any and everything that they want to be.
The ushers will now receive this morning's offering, given and received in a spirit of generosity and gratitude, and dedicated to the good works of the Detroit Justice Center and this congregation.
A meditation and reading from Thich Nhat Hanh, Flock of Birds. When you practice sitting with others, you don't have to do anything at all. The basic practice is to be there, to follow your breathing, and to experience the joy of being together. Imagine a flock of birds flying in the sky. Every bird has its own position, and each bird makes a contribution to the whole formation. They fly so smoothly together. Since each bird is part of this larger formation, they don't have to make a lot of effort. They benefit from the collective energy, and they don't need to work as hard. It's a pleasure to fly together like that in the sky. When we sit together, we are supported by each other. We each produce our true presence and offer that presence to each other. We hold each other in our hearts and minds with all our joys and all our sorrows. The joys and sorrows of the congregation that are shared with us this morning are a sorrow, the world is burning with our fires. John. A joy. My granddaughter Bryn was born. We remember those experiencing losses and those facing health challenges. We pray in whatever way we pray for all those affected by war, by hatred, and violence. We pray for peace. Even when the cares of the world weigh on us, may we find joy in our connections with each other and in the pleasures that life holds. Let us take care of one another and ourselves in all the ways we can. Let us make this a safe and welcoming place for all. Let's have a small prayer by Leif Seligman, Loving Spirit. We pause in the stillness to rest for a moment, to quiet ourselves so that we can feel what stirs within us. Each breath draws us closer to the pulse of life, and with each exhalation, we make room for something new. May we find in this gathering the comfort of those who care. May we encounter patience along our growing edges and compassion in our most tender spots. Here may we find the inspiration and encouragement we need to face our challenges and nurture ourselves. And in the presence of suffering across the globe, may we redouble our efforts to practice kindness where we are. With the hope of that light of our actions, like the light of faraway stars, may our gestures of compassion and generosity seed possibility. When life passes in and shifts us off balance, when pain assails us, when frustration mounts, may the rhythm of our breath steady us and bring us back to a place of gratitude.
Our reading this morning is The Guest House by Jalaluddin Rumi. This being human is a guest house, every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
Unitarian Universalism teaches us that we are whole beings, where our physical bodies, emotional words, and spiritual lives are deeply intertwined. How we hold our bodies directly shapes how we feel, and how we feel shapes how we connect to our spiritual lives. When our body holds on to stress or unexpected emotion, it physically tightens our jaw, our throat, and breathing. By using this guided embodied meditation to release tension, we are not just relaxing muscles. We are creating embodied space to move from tension to awareness. We are creating emotional space to move from anxiety to calm. We are creating spiritual space to move from distraction to deep presence. To center ourselves today, we will practice the whispered ah. This is an exercise in undoing, letting go of extra effort so we can open up a quiet, spacious connection to ourselves and to each other. I invite you to find a stable, supportive sitting position. Find your sit bones. They are on the bottom of your pelvis on either side of your bum. If you sit too far back, you will be sitting on your tailbone. If you sit too far forward, you'll be sitting on the backside of your legs. Find that spot in between the backside of your legs and your tailbone, the sit bones, and create a supportive sitting foundation. Put your hands in your lap, both feet flat on the floor, and imagine you have a unicorn horn on top of your head. Send that unicorn horn straight up to the ceiling and give your spine support through your core, the front of your body, the back of your body, and both sides of your body. Let your shoulders relax. And just be aware of your breathing. Don't take a breath. Don't hold your breath. Don't count while you're breathing. Just allow the body to inhale and then exhale. With this next inhale, be aware of the breath moving through your nostrils, and then exhale through your nostrils, in and out. With this next breath, be aware of the breath moving through your sinuses and exhaling through your sinuses. With this next breath, be aware of the breath moving through the back of your throat and exhale through the back of your throat. With this next breath, be aware of the breath filling your lungs and the air escaping your lungs with your exhale. With this next breath, be aware of the breath filling your lungs, and then through parted lips, exhale through your parted lips. Shut your lips. Allow the inhale through your nose. Part your lips. Let the exhale escape. With this next breath, be aware of the air filling your lungs, and through parted lips, exhale while creating space between your lower molars and your upper molars. Create space between your upper jaw and your lower jaw on your exhale. With this next breath, allow the breath to come into your lungs, and through parted lips, relax your tongue and your throat on the exhale. With this next breath, exhale through parted lips with intention, as if to speak or sing. And with this next breath, as you exhale through parted lips, try to fog up a mirror or a window with your breath. And with this next breath, as you exhale, say, ah. A reading, The Body is the Angel of the Soul by John O'Donohue. The human body is beautiful. It is such a privilege to be embodied. You have a relationship to a place through your body. Yet in the deepest sense, the body is the most intimate place. Your body is your clay home. Your body is the only home that you have in this universe. It is in and through your body that your soul becomes visible and real for you. Your body is the home of your soul on earth. There is a secret relationship between our physical being and the rhythm of our soul. The body is the place where the soul shows itself. The body is the angel who expresses and minds the soul. We should always pay loving attention to our bodies. A primordial innocence surrounds the body. An incredible brightness and goodness. The body is the angel of the soul. With this next breath, recenter yourselves. And as you exhale, sing a note. I invite you all to join us singing hymn number 1053, How Could Anyone?
The words to extinguish our chalice this morning are by Craig Rowland. I breathe. I breathe in the warmth of this light, its glow filling the spaces where fear and doubt reside. I breathe out the tension I carry. I release what no longer serves me. I breathe in the strength of our community, a sanctuary of diverse voices and shared purpose. I breathe out the urge to go it alone. I embrace the power of togetherness. I breathe in the courage to speak truth even when it trembles on my lips. I breathe out the silence that holds me back. I make space for honesty and justice. I breathe in the hope of transformation, knowing we are here to build and to heal. I breathe out despair, trusting that change is born in small acts of love. As we extinguish this chalice, may each breath remind us of the sacred rhythm of life, the pulse of creation, and the power we hold to shape the world around us.
Benediction by Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. And remain seated as we enjoy the postlude.